The NBA world is on fire as the Golden State Warriors are reportedly pulling off not one but two blockbuster trades, and the headlines are absolutely mind-blowing. First, a shocking move that could bring Zach Lavine to the Bay, instantly shaking up the entire Western Conference. And if that wasn't enough, a second major trade is said to be in the works, involving a big man who could transform the Warriors' defense overnight. Are Steph Curry and the front office finally going all in for one last championship run? Could this be the end of an era or the birth of a brand new dynasty? Buckle up, because this isn't just a rumor, it's a potential turning point in Warriors history. The Golden State Warriors may have just pulled off one of the most jaw-dropping trade scenarios of the entire NBA season. Rumors have now become reality, and it's sending shockwaves throughout the entire basketball world. The Warriors, in a bold and aggressive move, have reportedly finalized not just one but two trades that could reshape the entire direction of the franchise. The spotlight? None other than all-star guard Zach Lavine. That's right, Zach Lavine could be on his way to joining Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And if you think that's the only headline, you better buckle up because there's more where that came from. The second trade in this double deal could be just as explosive. This news isn't just about star power, this is about the Warriors making a final, championship-driven push. For the past few seasons, Golden State has faced mounting criticism. Some say the dynasty is over. Others believe Curry needs more support. And now? The front office has clearly heard those voices, because what they're planning, and what may already be happening behind closed doors, is a statement. The message is loud and clear: the Golden State Warriors are not done. Let's talk about Zach Lavine first. The Chicago Bulls star has been the subject of trade rumors for over a year now, and it looks like things are finally coming to a head. Lavine's explosive scoring ability, his elite athleticism, and his capacity to take over games are exactly the kind of qualities the Warriors need to inject fresh energy into their roster. The idea of Zach Lavine running the floor alongside Stephen Curry is almost too wild to imagine. Curry's insane range and off-ball movement combined with Lavine's slashing and finishing skills? That's a nightmare for defenses. And this trade isn't just about bringing in another scorer. It's about balance. It's about taking pressure off Curry, who, even at 36, continues to carry the offensive load night after night. The Warriors understand that if they want to keep competing at the highest level, they need depth. They need weapons. And Zach Lavine is exactly that. Sources close to the situation say the Warriors have been in talks with the Bulls for several weeks now. The front office is reportedly willing to give up significant assets to land Lavine, including young talent and draft picks. Names like Moses Moody and even Jonathan Kuminga have come up in discussions. And while trading young pieces is always a gamble, the Warriors seem to be embracing a win-now mentality. They want to maximize the remaining years of Curry's prime, and this kind of move signals they're ready to go all in. But wait, what about the second trade? That's where things get even crazier. The Warriors are not just looking to add Lavine. They are also eyeing a big man, someone who can provide the defensive anchor and rebounding presence they've lacked since the days of Andrew Bogut and prime Draymond Green. And the name being whispered in the hallways? Clint Capella. Yes, you heard that right. Capella, currently with the Atlanta Hawks, has been quietly shopped around the league, and the Warriors have emerged as a serious contender to land him. Imagine that for a second: Zach Lavine and Clint Capella joining forces with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and maybe even Jimmy Butler, who is still being linked to the Warriors in off-season rumors. This is not just a team. This is a force of nature waiting to erupt. The trade for Capella would address one of Golden State's biggest weaknesses: interior defense and rebounding. With Capella in the lineup, the Warriors could go toe-to-toe with teams like Denver, Phoenix, and the Lakers, who have bigs that dominate in the paint. Capella brings length, energy, and shot blocking. He doesn't need the ball to be effective, which makes him a perfect fit alongside the Warriors' high-octane offense. So, where does this leave the current roster? With two trades likely on the table, Golden State will have to make tough decisions. Young players like Moody and Kuminga, as well as veterans like Kevin Looney or even Gary Payton too, could be part of the outgoing package. It's not an easy pill to swallow, especially for fans who have seen these players grow. But championship windows are small, and the Warriors are trying to pry that window back open. And let's not forget about Kai Sotto. Yes, the 7'3" Filipino sensation is still in the Warriors' orbit. While he hasn't signed yet, multiple insiders say the Warriors are keeping a close eye on Sotto's development overseas. With the team needing size, youth, and international marketability, Sotto checks all the boxes. If he does join the roster this summer, that's just another layer to this wild transformation. Head coach Steve Kerr has remained coy about the moves, but in his latest press conference, he did drop a few clues. When asked about potential roster changes, he said, "We have a vision. We know what we need. And the front office is doing everything it can to help us reach that goal." That doesn't sound like a man unaware of the moves being made behind the scenes. Steph Curry, meanwhile, has been quietly supportive of these rumors. He's not one to stir the pot, but those close to the team say he's in favor of anything that brings the Warriors closer to another ring. He wants to win. He knows his time is precious. And these trades could be the difference between another playoff exit and one final championship run. Now, what does this mean for the rest of the Western Conference? It means teams like Denver, Phoenix, Dallas, and the Lakers need to take notice. The Warriors are reloading, not rebuilding. And when Golden State reloads, they do it in style. These two trades, Zach LaVine and Clint Capella, could completely transform the Warriors' identity. From a team struggling to find consistency to a powerhouse capable of running the floor, protecting the rim, and shooting the lights out. This isn't just about adding names. It's about creating chemistry, building depth, and restoring the fear that the Warriors once inspired across the league. And for the fans? This is the kind of move that ignites passion. After a roller coaster season, Warriors Nation finally has something to get excited about again. The idea of LaVine catching lobs from Curry, of Capella cleaning the glass and swatting shots, of Sotto maybe stepping onto the court in a GSW jersey. This is more than basketball. It's theater. It's legacy. The trades aren't just possible, they're likely. The talks are real. The pieces are in motion. And if these deals go through, the Golden State Warriors could once again become the most dangerous team in the NBA. So, what do you think? Will Zach LaVine be the final piece to the puzzle? Will Capella bring the interior toughness they desperately need? Will Kai Sotto finally make his NBA debut in the Bay? The Warriors are making moves, and the league better be ready.